don't know what happened here. Let me see. Go to calendar. Man in training. Shut that. Good afternoon, everyone. Give me a minute, please. This is Greg, recovery coach, and I'll be right with you. We're trying to adjust all of our gadgets here. Oh, live. Oh, this never was cut off. Wow. That never was cut off. So, all right, let's do this. I'm gonna hang this up. Now, try it again. Oh, what happened? Oh, I was about to end that, Giovanni. See what I was about to do? Huh?
Let's stop.
Yeah. I was about to do something, man. Oh, I don't know why I was doing it. But anyway, we're going to begin, man. I'm glad to hear. Good to see. Yes, and so once again, this is our MIT minute training session. And today we're going to be talking about rebuilding your life after addiction. This is our, we're going to talk about 10 tips for a new start. 10 tips for a new start. All right. And without further ado, why is my foot acting up? We're going to get right into it. Let me put that on the board, as you can see, and my foot acting up. And so I'm going to read the intro, and then we're going to go from there. All right, Giovanni?
Yeah.
You want to introduce yourself? Go ahead, man.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Giovanni.
Giovanni is one of the guys part of this group, our support group, and he's been coming consistently. And so he's going to read some, I believe, and I'm going to read some. So we're bringing you this article by Granite Mountain BHC.com. You can go online and retrieve this article. It's called Granite Mountain BHC.com. Right? And so the beginning of this article says, suddenly entering a drug and alcohol recovery program and becoming sober is difficult enough, right? But rebuilding your life after addiction can only complicate things more. Initially, you'll have to conquer withdrawal symptoms and cravings to use again, returning to the real world and continuing a sober lifestyle after spending years of substance abuse addict can be like coming out of a cave. Wow. Changing your life around from addiction and starting all over again. The article said it's like being in a cave or coming out of a cave. And so, while the world going on around us, we are stuck in a continuous cycle or where the article says cave. The transitional process will require several changes, steps, and resolutions that must be strictly followed to be successful. This is critical if you are working on your recovery or recently become sober and want to continue that path after rehab. After spending an amount of time in treatment, the transition process of rebuilding your life after addiction can be challenging and will require several steps. Here are 10 steps to rebuild your life after addiction. All right? We're going to talk about 10 of these. And these 10 steps is geared towards men because this is a mentoring MIT session or support group. And we want to touch on 10 tips that we can utilize in our recovery as we begin to step into our role as men, role models, leaders, mentors, mentee, et cetera, et cetera. So the first one we're going to talk about, and that is step one. You feel like reading step one?
Yeah. Step one.
Okay.
Slow and steady wins the race. Often those who are recently building their life upon addiction believe they are suddenly ready to jump back right into the world. but they'll usually realize quickly they are very far from being 100% ready. You will feel reinvigorated and recharged and living life to its fullest, but you should moderate. Life pace will likely feel quite differently now, and it might take time to reacclimate. But remember, regarding substance addiction recovery, slow and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady wins the pace. All right. It's not those uh, who wins or those who make it to the finish line the fastest. It's all about those who are steady wins the race. All right. And so a lot of times, as the article Giovanni was reading, he talked about or he mentioned about you may think you got it all together. You know, a lot of times you may feel, okay, I just went through detox. I just did 30 days or 6 months, maybe a year out of some type of treatment. And we may feel, say, I don't have no drugs in my system, but there's more to it than just having drugs in our systems. There's many factors that we must address because, like the article said from the introduction, it's like coming out of a cave. We have to relearn and rebuild. And so we're going to touch on a few of these things that we're going to work on in the number 2 step. So the first step we talked about, slow and steady wins the race. Number 2 says, step 2, make things right. All right. Chance are in the substance abusing days you did bad things or fell doing that previous lifestyle. I know I did, right? Even though these things happened during the addiction era, these actions has still caused people to become upset or have animosity. However, most loved ones will be happy to have you back healthy and sober and begin to realize the influence of old wounds can heal as time goes on. It is crucial to quickly and efficiently find ways to repair any damage you previously caused and make sure you make things right. And so one of the things I learned, Giovanni, since I'm sharing today, I know when I came out of treatment, when I came out of incarceration, I looked at it like, I said, well, I know my parents, because I made a lot of promises before, my mom specifically. I said, I ain't gonna go back and do this again. I'm gonna be a good guy. I'm building straight and narrow. And many times I said that and I didn't do what I said. And so I said to myself, I said, man, this time I know if I say that same thing I said before, they're gonna be like, oh, you said that before. So I know, at times I say, well, I know my family gonna look at me with skepticism. Is he still, saying one thing and doing something else? You know what I mean? So the trust issue was really lacking for a moment until I began to rebuild, show them through my action, like doing the work. And so in due time, I believe they began to realize.
Steady wins the race.
You tough to slip. Yes. Slow and steady wins the race. That's what's up. All right, Giovanni. Number 3, step 3, man.
Step 3, do what's expected of you. Another step to take when mending relationships with friends and family, and to find out what they expect and need from you and the expectations of your behavior when dealing with them. For example, if you begin using drugs and alcohol as a teen and now you're in your late 20s, the early 30s, life has changed. You may only remember things back when you were sober and a functioning family member, but those roles and expectations in those relationships have also changed. This discussion isn't only for your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones too. They have gotten used to viewing you as a substance abuser and will continue to think of you that way. unless you can show them differently. They may even expect too much now that you are back to being sober. Follow the rules and do what's expected of you to help make loved ones view the present and form more practical standards moving forward.
All right. It says follow the rules. All right. And so I had to learn how to follow the rules. It wasn't that I was getting everything right on every attempt that I made, especially when it came to I had to learn how to, because I never had like a steady relationship with a female for a long time. I always would meet a female, then we would break up. Meet a female, break up. No serious relationship, but I had to learn how to be understanding, be patient, be more forgiving, thoughtful. All those things I had to learn those things after I came out of addiction. It wasn't all about me. When I was using, I thought I was Don Juan, the ladies' man. But anyway, no, but seriously, on a serious note, do what's expected of you. All right? Do what is expected of you. So number 4, we're going to talk about follow through. Life after rehab will be tough enough adjusting to life and finding time to discuss in detail what is expected of you. But now that friends and family have given you the ground rules moving forward, now you'll have to follow through on it. You beat substance abuse and addiction, and now the time has come to change other habits correlating to how you relate to others, things you do for them, handling obligations, and more. Okay, I just mentioned about relationships. I can't be a self-centered person. Everything doesn't just evolve around me. I have to be thoughtful and considerate of other people's feelings and well-being. Okay, people you speak with may be duly impressed by the interest you display in what they believe and required to consider their expectations. But what will impress them and help form a solid relationship is by following through on your commitments now and long term. And so this brings me back to another thought. Being that this is a MIT mentoring process, uh, mentorship support group, the thing that stuck out to me from this message was that men, oftentimes, we as men, we don't follow through. We don't keep our commitments. We abandon, Let me just say me, all right? I don't have children, but however, I know that abandonment, whether it be relationship, or whether it be through a girlfriend, or whether it be a child or parent, we let a lot of people down by not following through. And so, and if that's someone out there that's listening to what we're reading or sharing, uh, you may want to think about it, because I've seen so many shows. I heard a lot of times when children say, "Well, my father wasn't around to my football game. My father wasn't around for my birthday," and they miss those things. Those are things that most children and fathers don't get back. And so we spend a lot of time trying to rebuild and reshape our lives. And so one of the good things is to follow through. We make a commitment. Even now, forgetting the past. I mean, because the past happened, can't forget about it, but let's move on. Let's say, even now, we say, baby, you got a spouse or you have a girlfriend. You say, I'm taking you out to dinner tomorrow night. Don't say when tomorrow night, cause I'm tired. Oh, I can't do it. You know how much damage that does? birthday come, you don't even buy a card, flower. All right. And so enough of that. We're gonna move on to number 5. Go ahead.
Step 5, leave old friends behind. After leaving rehab, it is crucial to cut ties with all previous substance abusing and addicted friends from the past. Regardless of the support they'll claim they'll give you during your path to sobriety, the fact is their presence will only stall your progress. Even in situations where it's a good friend or even a family member, they will bring you down and possibly trigger you to use again. During individual psychotherapy sessions, they will learn that even friends and family members who are happy that you have become sober still may not fully support your new lifestyle. But don't take that personally. They're just afraid you'll push your get clean ways and lifestyle onto them. They'll realize your lives are going and they'll realize your lives are going in entirely different direction with them on the opposing end of the spectrum. Even if that's not the case and you still fully support each other, hanging with others, getting drunk or high will only tempt you. Being around them can at any moment trigger a relapse. So stay away or keep it at busy, formal meeting places. No amount of sentimental is worth your health, happiness, and especially your sobriety. Leave old friends behind.
Leave old friends behind. They ain't say that you couldn't speak to them. They say socializing if y'all going in two different directions. Uh, like the article mentioned, they may be afraid that you might want to not impose, but impede their lifestyle with your new lifestyle. And so if they're thinking that, what you're doing is not something that they want to be a part of, sobriety and recovery, well, then that tells you a lot about which direction they are going because you're going in two different spectrums. All right. And so number 6, this is a good one here. Finding new hobbies. Man, finding new hobbies. What would be a good hobby? All right. That's something for me to think about as I'm reading because I do reading things, but I don't do actually I don't fish because I don't own a fishing pole. Not that I can't buy one. Uh, I don't play basketball. Not that I can't hoop. I don't play football. Not that I can't play. When I say football, I'm talking about soccer. You know, I play a little bit.
I used to play, but it's been a while since I
Oh yeah, you out of shape too? Them young boys, they probably give you a run for your money, huh? Yeah, man, you gotta be fast, a lot of running.
Yeah, back and forth.
Yeah, exercise is very good.
But sometimes my friend, we be going to the park and we be hooping sometimes too.
Oh, you'll be shooting around hooping? Yeah, okay. And so I haven't did that in a long time, but those are good things that you might want to do. Because I don't journal. I'm not a really writer type guy.
Yeah.
You write a little bit now? Okay. Yeah, and so those are some things we're talking about finding new hobbies. Okay. Back in the substance abusing days, everyday life probably resolved around seeking and consuming drugs or alcohol. And the moments you weren't occupied with using substance were perhaps overshadowed by thoughts of when and how you were going to schedule using again. So now that you're clean, what will you do with your free time now? Okay? Excuse me. What will you do with your free time now? And so it says substance addiction has left a giant hole in your life, and now is the time for you to fill that hole with something productive, engaging, and fun. Finding new hobbies is easy. Try by volunteering. That's one. Pursuing further education. That's very important. Challenge yourself, uh, especially in a field or vocation that you never did before. One of the challenge for me as far as vocation was I learned how to weld. And welding, first of all, I had to learn how to read a measuring tape. And I was kind of almost embarrassed. You know, I was grown, but I didn't remember what I learned in school. So I was like, measuring tape, how in the world? So I had to learn 16 to 8, quarter, half, you know, 3/4, et cetera, et cetera. And so it took me a lot of hours working in the booth, just messing around, learning how to stick well. Then I learned how to oxyacetylene. That's for cutting. And so I cut metal. I had to learn how to set the gauge on the tanks and all this good stuff. But my point is, challenge yourself for further education is one, and there's other host of vocational things that you can challenge yourself with education by going back to school, college, et cetera, or other positive and fulfilling hobbies to keep new life on the right path. What are hobbies that you do now? Do you know one?
Be on my phone playing video games.
Well, that's something different from using drugs.
Yeah.
You know, because the article made mention says when we were in our active addiction stage, our mind was focused on using, scheduling how to use. But now you said video games. You know, you good at it? Do you do the internet thing?
Yeah, because it's mobile, so it's like it's a run. Yeah, that
Right.
game is it's like, are you heard of Call of Duty before?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
But it's on mobile too, like on phone. So like, there's a
Oh,
lot of people playing it too. So it's online.
all over, online. See what I'm saying? You know, find something creative and productive, something that you really enjoy. So Giovanni said he enjoyed the video game. And so I'm not mad at him. I'm from the old school. So I remember going to the arcade, but now they got everything's on phone. It's way advanced than me. All right, good stuff. So we're gonna go on to number 7. And that is on you.
Step 7: start exercising.
Mm.
Think back to the days of drinking and abusing substances. How often did you work out during that period? Although now you're clean and sober, are you in good health? Those who are those who start exercising can feel a world of difference regarding improving overall brain health, boosting energy levels, feeling of self-confidence, and sense of well-being.
Mm.
Whether it's hiking, swimming, yoga, cycling, pilates, joining a gym or a team sport, exercise can take things to a whole other level. Another person to start exercising is to meet. Another reason to start exercising is to meet others dedicated to living a healthy lifestyle, which will help support your newly found healthy habits.
Good. Exercise. Giovanni say him and some of the guys they go to the park and they play basketball, b-ball, you know, hoop around, you know, just to get in the blood flow, having just a friendly game of competition. And so, yeah, exercise is a great tool that we can utilize to rebuild our lifestyle. And like the article says, it takes your mind away from picking up and using. You begin to breathe healthy, feel good, look good, and all that good stuff. And so we're doing 10 tips. We're talking about 10 tips for a new start. We're talking about 10 tips. Now we're going to the number 8. And this is a very challenging one for me, and I'm quite sure for others as well. But for me, start dieting. Look at that. Got a piece of candy right here in front of me. Why would he have that on his paper? That's okay. Maybe one day I'll get back into it. It says, like most people who spend years abusing substances, you likely didn't have the best diet throughout that period. Your body's condition is influenced by what you eat, and it may now be showing signs of malnutrition caused by long-term neglect. It is crucial to minimize fats, Cut junk food out your diet and move out of the way. Cut out sugars and unhealthy food and eat fresh fruit, veggies, fish, and lean meats daily. Also, drink lots of water and cut back on coffee or energy drink. I'm guilty of all of that. I'm guilty of everything that they just mentioned. I don't eat a lot of fruit. I don't eat a lot of veggies, fish, or lean meats daily. But I or drink a lot of water, but I do drink coffee a lot, well, at least once a day. So I need to cut back on that because I'm getting older. I'm not getting younger. A comprehensive health change won't happen overnight. Let me clap at that. It won't happen overnight. You best believe that. But over time, your taste will change and you'll start craving healthy food. Next, you'll begin to see extraordinary changes in appearance, immunity, energy level, and overall health. But it only happens when you start dieting. Now, my wife, she's a dieting person. And I say she's a dieting person. She oftentimes walk almost every. When she's not working, she's walking, exercising. She teaches on nutrition, and so she know all that good stuff. She tried to get me into it, but we'll get there one day, babe. Don't worry about it. All right, it's on you, Giovanni.
Step 9, get plenty of rest. Whatever your sleep schedule was in the substance abusing era, it probably wasn't very conducive to providing good mental and physical health. Staying up all night and sleeping all day, along with broken sleep throughout the night, did not help your health or mood. Going multiple days without sleep and then crashing are only a few basic models of sleep schedules that qualify as rest for a substance abuser. Chances are you'll be surprised to see the differences. The difference sleeping for 8 hours every night can make it can help convert into a far better mood, higher energy levels, sharper mental alertness, better health, and more. But it all starts by getting plenty of rest.
It all starts by getting plenty of rest. All right. So this is some good stuff. We went through all 9. We're going to touch on number 10. Let's do that first. Step 10. Set and accomplish goals. This is major. Set and accomplish goals. The most crucial step to take following substance addiction rehab is to figure out your life goals and set about following them. This will help put other positive things in motion. Now that you are headed along a solid path towards your dreams, like exercising, getting plenty of rest, and being good to loved ones, will eventually fall into line. This is this an especially significant step to practice since you'll probably not set any meaningful goals due to your substance abuse. Now your new future is a blank slate. You get to write on it as you would love to. You can start fresh. All right. Now your new future is a blank slate, and you can decide who and what you want to do, accomplish in life, but you must make that decision and carry it out. All right, so coming out of rehab, starting all over again with the family, loved ones, whether you're coming from treatment, incarceration, homelessness, whatever setbacks you may have faced in your life, you have been given a new slate. So take advantage of them. So today we're talking about 10 tips to restart, or 10 tips to what? For a new start. And number 1, we talked about slow and steady wins the race. That's right. Step 2, make things right. Step 3, do what's expected of you. Step 4, follow through. Step 5, leave old friends behind. Step 6, finding new hobbies. Step 7, start exercising, all right? Step 8, start dieting. Step 9, get plenty of rest. And the last one, what that says, Giovanni?
Step 10, set and accomplish goals.
Set and accomplish goal. All right. And that's it for me and Giovanni on this go round. It's been fun. Take care. You got anything you want to say, Giovanni?
Remember, people, slow and steady wins the race to be in sobriety.
Yeah, I like that. Yes, sir. All right, man.